I was looking at them, and then as I was looking at them, it was all happening at the same time. One said, like, I think she can see us.
Okay.
Someone came and woke me up and was like, hey, can you take care of my kids? I'm so tired. And then I was like,
dude, I think oh my god.
And then suddenly I can hear these people, so I'm pretty shocked at the sight of this guy, and they were saying to me, tell him, and I was like, what am I supposed to tell him? And they're like, tell him he's dead, he doesn't know.
I have to ask, like, can you see things? Can you see dead people?
We believe you.
And we're back to another episode of Naik Bulu Tales. I'm Mo.
My name is Fairil. And as you can see, we're in a different setting today.
We do house calls now. No, please don't. No, we don't. So instead of the guest coming to us this time around, we're going to the guest.
Yeah.
We're trying to innovate.
And the reason why we're here is because the guest is not going to be here for long. She lives.
Meaning she visits, not because she doesn't have long to live.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We'll get her story in a bit.
No. Disclaimer. So yeah, she's visiting.
But before we go any further, do not forget to subscribe, comment, and like on Naik Bulu Tales and all of our other socials.
Yep. Very important.
And we hope you guys have been doing good. We've been very, very busy as of late, so we apologize for, taking a while to release episodes.
Who do we got tonight?
So today we have a guest that wanted to share her stories with us, actually.
Okay.
Apparently she has quite some interesting stories and experiences. So we would like to, introduce everybody to M. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
So we have an M behind the camera, and M on in front of the camera.
Yeah. So just letting you know that's your camera, in case you want to ever say something to the audience, to the viewers that are watching. So So how are you?
Okay.
Yeah, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. I know you're a little bit nervous being on the show.
Yeah.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. We keep it cool. We keep it casual. And how do you want it?
So you are visiting, I guess.
I'm just here for a while.
Right.
Yeah.
You're Malaysian.
I'm Malaysian. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Right.
And how long are you going to be visiting for?
I'm just here for 2 more days.
2 more days.
Yeah.
Whoa, we got you at the right time. Time.
Right.
What do you do, Em?
I am in legal, so I'm a paralegal. That's the kind of.
Yo, we need the things we say on camera. We need some.
We need
to lawyer up. But that's cool. Paralegal. So you specifically any type of civil law, criminal law?
More property law and inheritance law.
That is so important, especially in Malaysia. People fight about property all the time. I get this, I get that.
Come back and help us here.
Yeah.
But actually through a friend, one of our friends told us that you actually have some pretty interesting stories you want like to share. So you ready to share?
Yeah.
I mean, you can start slow and easy, or so totally up to you. And
I think right now, like, what stands out that you want to share?
There's quite a few stories throughout. I think it was more concentrated during my teenage years that I started to experience these things. I don't know if I can't remember if I experienced anything as a child. My parents say that I did, but I have no memory. So obviously the stories that I remember are from, I'd say, 13 years old onwards. And I guess one story that was would be interesting, I guess, is that it's just because of the setting that made it a bit more obvious of. I guess I always question myself whenever I have felt a presence or seen anything, whether or not it was just me hallucinating or just, I don't know, just being a bit dreamy, or I don't know if I'm just a bit sleepy, or...
It happens more often than you think.
Sure. So I guess this time it was a little bit clearer because so what happened was I think I was maybe I don't know, probably, I think I was like Form 3, so like 15. And my grandma, she was having an operation done somewhere in Shah Alam, I don't know where, which hospital, but we were just waiting there, you know, as usual. She was she broke her, I don't know, she broke her hip or something. So
How old was she?
I'm not sure how old she was. Late 70s, I think.
Right, and you were 13,
15.
Yeah.
This is your mom's mom, dad's mom?
My mom's mom.
Okay.
So it was like after school, and when I got there, they were wheeling her out of her room to go to the operation room. And my mom and her sisters, my aunties, they said they were gonna go wait outside the operation room. And I was like, and my mom said there's nowhere to sit or stand, like they're just gonna stand around. And I was like, I was like, I don't know, I'm like kind of tired. But the room didn't have any, because the bed was rolled out, so there was nowhere to sit in the room.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, oh, it's okay, I'll just chill here on the floor. So I kind of like laid out, I don't know, like a sarong or something, or a towel, you know, like the blankets that they give in the hospital. And then I was like, oh, I think I'll study a bit, like pretend I was gonna study a bit in denial. So I like opened my books and stuff, and then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like chill on the floor and read. The operation was gonna be, I don't know for how many hours, right? So I was like, okay, I'll just get comfy here. And then the next thing I knew is that looking around the room, so it felt like I had fallen asleep and then woken up.
Right.
So I was like, oh, fell asleep, which was pretty normal after school, you know, tired and then fall asleep. So I was like, okay, kind of weird. I fell asleep on the floor in the hospital, but it's okay. And then I kind of woke up and I realized that there were a few people in the room with me, and they weren't my relatives. So, but, you know, it just seemed like there were just other people in the room, and they were kind of looking down at me and kind of looking at me. I felt like they were wondering, why is she asleep on the floor? And I was kind of I guess I was just trying to identify them.
Right. Who are these strangers?
Who are these people? Why am I in their room? Are they in my room? You know, it's like when you're just woken up, you're kind of like confused. And I was kind of confused anyway, because I woke up in the hospital room. So I was looking like one by one, trying to see if I recognize anyone. And then they were like, I was looking at them, and then as I was looking at them, it was all happening at the same time. One said, like, I think she can see us.
Okay.
And I was like,
no.
Wait, why wouldn't I be able to see them? And then I realized, I was like, they were like standing, they were kind of chilling around, you know, so they're just like, and then I realized I was like kind of like, so I was kind of like scanning, and then I realized like, wait a second, because someone was sitting, and I was like, wait a second, I know that there's no chair in this room because I wanted to sit down, and there was someone sitting on a dustbin, like just a trash can.
Just like, is it like a
covered, like a covered?
Yeah, no, like a small trash can, like in the bathroom kind of trash can, but like a covered one. Yeah.
They must have been really light.
And so they were just sitting there, like, you know, looking. And then when I saw the person or whatever on the dustbin, that's when they're like, oh, she definitely sees us. And then so I was like, oh my god. It's like, I was like, wait, what's going on, right? So then I guess it all became clear to me what was happening, and I was like, okay, I need to get out of here. They weren't scary at all. They were just like chilling. It's like they were just chilling out there.
So they looked like people.
Yeah, they
just normal
right?
Yeah. Sorry, was this in Malaysia?
Yeah.
It was in
the
Malaysia.
hospital in Shah Alam.
Shah Alam,
yeah,
right.
Yeah. So I just remembered that I was like, oh my god, I need to get out of here. I just like grabbed my phone and I don't know, my bag, and I just ran out of there to find my mom. And then ever since then I was like, I'm never gonna sleep in a hospital.
So when you
again.
saw them, right? Did they look actually like how you are looking at us, or were they translucent? Oh, okay.
No.
So they look like people.
Yeah.
Oh my. And then
And
can you make out like how many?
I would say, I think around 5 or 6.
Did they? I mean, were they speaking in Malay or?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember?
The thing is that I've realized through a few encounters that in different situations that I feel that my brain saves it in English, but I don't know if it was in Malay and I understood it at the time, but I sort of like when you have conversations with people but you can't remember the language you had it in because you just understood what happened. So it could have been in Malay and I understood it, but I just remember it in English. But
auto translate.
That's really.
Was that your first time you ever seen something?
I think that was the clearest.
The clearest.
Yeah. Other times I've maybe seen something in a dream or seen or felt a presence or seen like more like a shape or a shadow, but they were as real as like how I'm seeing you guys now.
So interesting. It's like you would think when people would see things from the other world, they would look slightly different, right?
Well, I have to ask, like, can you see things? Can you see dead people?
I don't know. I guess the hospital one was the most real encounter that I've had. The most solid, I would say. There were other things that have happened that I felt very very heavy afterwards, or very like kind of that it was scary, or that I felt that it's something that I just wanted to get away from. But this was more of a very light. Yeah. It wasn't there was nothing scary about it. So it was it was just very casual.
A casual encounter.
Yeah.
So like when you ran out of that room,
but I was still freaked out, obviously.
Was it like a movie where you ran past them and they were like, "Whoa, where's she going?"
I don't know. Like I was just like, "Whoa!"
Like I'm out of there.
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
I mean, that would be, if you were going to see something, that would be a place where you would see something, right?
Yeah. I didn't even think about it. It was just, it didn't even occur to me, and I just
Could you tell their ethnicity?
They're like, I guess they're like just. Like Malaysian,
Malaysians.
yeah.
Okay. Well, at least they're all together.
There were no white ghosts there.
Right. I love the part like I think she can see us, and the other dude's like, "Oh, she definitely can see us."
Yeah.
Oh no.
It was like the dustbin moment. It was like, so it was kind of awkward for me and for them. So that was the fun. It was kind of funny.
Right. I mean, it was like
yeah.
So yeah, it is a funny situation. It is.
Like,
Yeah. Because like other times I feel that they are trying to intimidate me, or other times I felt intimidated, or I felt that I have kind of, or maybe I have stumbled into their space,
right?
Whereas this was more of like we shocked each other. It's like you bump into someone and
the part where you were being intimidated by these things, like what kind of experience was that?
I feel like there are people who are asking to tell their story, or they're in need of help, or they're just trying to see who can hear them.
Right.
And I think that's the scary part.
She's got the sixth sense.
It's like Ghost Whisperer, sixth sense, yeah.
Wow.
That's the scary part, is because it feels helpless, like you don't know what to do. Right, so it's very emotional, because you feel sad for them, or you feel also there are different kinds of forms. I think some come in a more human form, appear more human, and some appear more like a monster form or something, so a bit more like not human anymore.
Right. This is the first I've heard this.
That's really interesting.
That's a very interesting description of a monstrous ghost that reaches out to her. Slimy.
Well, I mean, from what was the scariest, I would say, I mean, would you say from an experience of seeing something like that's happened to you? Could you remember that?
No, I haven't like spoken to one, because usually if I get the feeling that it's not safe, then I try to
avoid,
remove. Even when I feel that it's safe, I still try to remove myself from the situation, just because if it's like you feel like it's an uncontrolled environment, right? Because you don't know what state of mind you're in, because you're either it's when you're sleeping or when you're awake, but you don't know if you're asleep or awake. I think that's the scary part. So you know.
Oh, you're right. So you mean you are in bed and you've experienced these things? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so sometimes it's in a dream form, but sometimes it's also, but it's often when it's an unexpected sleep. So it's not like, oh, it's bedtime and I'm going to sleep now. It's sort of like I'm just somewhere and then I fall asleep.
Whoa.
That's then.
So you immediately.
So I didn't mean to go to sleep.
Oh.
That's why when I wake up, I don't know if I woke up in my dream or if I woke up in real life.
The dream / their world.
Yeah.
Now I have to ask, and I'm sure over your lifetime, you've been to funerals and graveyards. Do you see like sometimes I don't know, during the day? Obviously, most of the burials are in the day, but.
Actually, no. I've
Okay.
never experienced anything. I haven't been to so many funerals. I have, only been to funerals of loved ones. So I do, experience seeing my, relatives who have passed away in my dreams, or even in real, like in normal day life, like I see them. But nothing like of seeing like people walking around a cemetery or anything. But I'm very mindful when I do go to a cemetery that I'm kind of, I say just very quietly to myself, like, hey, I don't want to bother. I'm just here to, I just want to be respectful, and I don't want to bother you or anything, because I don't want to stumble upon anything accidentally.
So you mentioned about the grotesque ghosts, like the slimy ones, right? You said they have asked for help as well.
I don't even know what they want. It's just sometimes it's more of like a sound or a feeling. It's sort of like if you imagine like a dog almost. So it's not even like a human sound. So it's sort of like I will be asleep and I can feel it near me. And it's sort of like people go into the jungle and then they wear these like leaves thing on top.
Camouflage.
Yeah, but it's like made of actual leaves, like not just the camouflage print, but yeah, I don't know what that's called.
You mean you see them like that?
Yeah, so it's like they're like dirty and hairy. I don't know, and then the sound is like a dog, like whimpering, like a grunting dog kind of sound. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. So it's very scary, but
that is scary, man. You're in bed and listen to that thing, you hear it and see it. Oh my god.
That's the first time anybody has said something like that.
So, how do you feel in the moment?
Yeah.
When that happens?
When that happens, I try to just wake up. So I will try to, at some point it's usually when I'm in a like horizontal position. So that makes you feel powerless, because you're kind of stuck. So sometimes you're trying to just get out of the sleeping. So I'm feeling that I'm asleep, but I need to wake up, and sometimes I can't wake up. So it takes a long time. So sometimes it's like you get anxiety and you get a bit of a panic attack because you're like, wake up, so it's really scary, because you can just hear it like near you, so you don't, it's just a feeling of doom. So and then at some point you manage to wake up, and then I'll usually leave the space that I'm in, or if it's in the daytime, I just try to make sure that I stay awake, or that I don't go in that area where it happened.
Has it moments where you bouts of like almost insomnia, like you don't want to go to sleep because of these experiences? Like have you been up for hours, like days at a time kind of thing?
Yeah, so I've had like times in my life where I've been afraid to sleep sometimes. The good thing is that I would just warn either my family that I'm not feeling so safe tonight, and then I'll either even at that age ask to sleep in my parents' room, just to be near them, or I would just say like, I don't know, I'm not feeling so well, and it's like like the Malays, I don't know if it's a Malay thing or I'm not sure, but it's something that my grandma would do is to like put lime and salt on the borders of the house.
Oh yes.
And so I would say to my mom, like, I'm just feeling like kind of weird today. Can we do that? And that would make me feel safer.
So we found out in our previous guests that jinns hate the smell of lime.
Oh, okay.
And
Is
salt,
that what it,
and
okay.
salt is used many times against spirits.
Okay.
So salt and lime, my grandma, she
okay.
knows her shit.
Okay, yeah.
She knows what she's doing. Salt and lime.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
So,
yeah.
so they cannot. That's why if you drink any lime juice thing, you consume it.
Yeah.
It's harder for a jinn to really, get. I don't know if jinns possess people, but I know other spirits do. Demons really. Possession really comes from demons, not so much jinns, because they're just parallel of us. Like how in the Quran we're made from earth, humans, and jinns are made from a smokeless fire, apparently.
Oh.
So jinns are parallel to us because they are also good jinns, bad jinns, and they're also Muslim jinns, non-Muslim jinns, just like another world but us.
Sure.
Not us. Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
So that's good, a lime thing, yeah. So
I mean,
wow.
if you talk to any like shaman or bomos or something, right? I think if I'm not mistaken, one of the first few things they ask someone if they want to like exercise something is like, give me some lime and salt, something like that,
Okay.
So yeah, leave a lot of lime.
Yeah.
But I love how you describe when you're lying down, being horizontal. You're the most. You're supposed to feel safe, but you're the most vulnerable.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I didn't think about that until now. Like, oh yeah, when we're vulnerable, we can't. You protect yourself. You're just exposed. Right?
Yeah.
You're lying down. You're completely exposed.
Yeah.
Wow. So how did your parents deal with you, say, wanting to sleep with them a lot?
Did you
tell them?
have
Did they
a lot?
know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would tell them. Sometimes I think it's when it happens. Sometimes it takes a while to tell the story because you're just dealing with the feelings of it just happened. So there are stories where, like the hospital one where I was like, oh my god, Mom, like I had to tell my mom straight away because I was so freaked out. But there have been times when I was like, it's more of because it was so clear that what had happened. But sometimes when I see things that are more vague, I kind of wait for us to see. Maybe it was because you think sometimes it could just be like a shadow or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then when it happens like a second, third time, that's when I would go to my parents or my mom and say, I think something's, kind of hanging around or something. But I'll wait first to confirm before I'm,
So I mean, not many people who go through this have a good support system. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So tell me a bit, like, did your parents were like, yeah, we believe you in the beginning, or they're like, oh,
no, they never ever showed. They always just were curious. What I experienced, and they would believe me. They wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, stop lying. Like they've never said that.
They've never dismissed you.
No.
So you're very lucky, very privileged in that sense. Very good.
Yeah, no, I do feel lucky because my family, it's so my grandfather, he didn't believe in any of this, but my auntie, my mom's sister, she also has experienced a lot more than I have experienced. So my mom, it wasn't the first time for her to hear these things. So it wasn't new to her. It wasn't new to my grandmother. And same for my dad's side. He himself has experienced. So it wasn't, it wasn't like a wild thing for them to hear, I guess. So I guess they thought maybe like, oh, it's just like runs in the family or something.
This is a family affair, man.
Yeah.
We need to get everybody on this show.
No, because in my mom's family, in her family, there's like the one sibling that sees and the rest don't, and then for my cousin sees as well.
Oh,
so
okay.
And his sister doesn't see.
Right.
So same for me, it's two of us and only I see. So it's just, I don't know if it's
some people have it, some people don't, right?
But it's nice to know that you're not the only one.
Yeah, definitely.
It really is nice to know. Like, you too?
Yeah. My cousin's very casual about it. He's just like, this bugger just like kept me up all night, just bothering me, and it's like, Yeah, it's like quite funny.
You gotta get your cousin on the show.
Yeah.
Get your cousin on the show, please. Definitely.
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
I mean, is there any other specific experience you could share with us? Similar, not similar. I mean, something like specific, like that hospital.
There was one, well, a few stories, but one that comes to mind is because I have experienced that in a flat. I was living in a shared flat, and it's a flat that is 5 stories. So there's like in the building
Here?
5 stories.
In Malaysia?
No, like in Europe.
Okay.
And
5 stories.
there's 5 stories, and the 5th floor is like closed off.
Okay.
It's like, I guess it's just the roof area, you know. So it's like there's nothing there. And one time I was asleep, and so our flat was like on the 4th floor, and I've always wondered what was on the top floor. And one time my flatmate said to me, "Oh, we can go up there and I'll show you, you know, like you can kind of peek through there's like a little slit in the door, so you can kind of see what's in there." So I was like, okay, cool. So we went up there, and it's just empty space. It's just an attic. So I just looked through, and I was like, it's just an empty space, like wood, really old. This is like a pre-war building, so it's a very old building. So I was like, oh, shame, like it could be a really nice flat, like a penthouse, you know. Anyway, so then I forgot about it. And then one time I was asleep in like the living room, and then someone came and woke me up and was like, hey, can you take care of my kids? I'm so tired. And then I was like,
dude, I think oh my god.
Ooh, a little
it was
shivers.
like this lady, and she was like kind of holding her child, and she was like, hey, I'm so tired, can you take care of my kids for me? And then I was like, what? And then she was like, yeah, I have like 5 kids and I'm alone. And then I was like, yeah, like now? And she was like, yeah, I'm just so tired, like could you just like help me out? I just live upstairs.
Oh.
And then I was like, oh, okay.
Oh my god.
So I go, I like take the baby.
You took
Yeah,
the
so
baby?
I took the baby, and then I was like, okay. So I kind of went upstairs, and I was like, oh yeah, I've been here. And then I was like playing with her kids in their flat, and then I don't know, at some point I guess she came back or something, but I woke up and I was so tired. I was exhausted.
You were babysitting 5 kids. That is not easy.
Yeah.
Even human kids.
Yeah, but it was kind of like, oh my gosh. So I was like, oh, so there's a family who lives up there, I guess. And that was kind of, it was really sad, I guess, because I realized obviously nobody lives upstairs. So
My jaw was dropped the whole time. How come you weren't like?
Because I'm visualizing everything.
I'm just
you're
like,
saying.
First of all, I'm thinking 5 kids.
sorry, it's
That's
just like, it was
lot.
kind of sad. Like she was
No,
so
yeah,
tired.
yeah. It was.
It sounded like she really needed help. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
Wow. She really.
you know, it's a little bit of like you say, it's tragic, right? It's sad, but at the same time, it's like they trust you. Do you know what I mean?
You have a beacon. I feel like The Shining. You know, you shine. Yeah, that's what The Shining is in the horror film. Like they because why aren't they talking to your flatmates to take care of the kids too? Or maybe they tried.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh,
I'm pretty
this girl-
sure they've
she's
tried.
not waking up.
But my
How about
flatmates are
you?
so useless. She's like, no,
Yeah.
they can't even wash dishes. They're not gonna.
Oh
take
yeah,
care of my kids.
we've seen them not wash dishes. So irresponsible. Okay, so because you respond, you know, you wake up and you actually talk to them.
Yeah.
That's when they're like, oh yeah, she sees
Yeah.
us. She
But
sees me.
they're smart. They came to you when you were asleep. So when you woke up, you had no kind of like, in a way, you did not have a choice but to respond because you're like, what's going on?
That
You know?
was like the most interactive one, I think, and also it felt like a long time because I guess because of the kids
Yeah.
that were involved, I didn't feel threatened or anything. If 5 adults would have come to me and said, follow us, I would
Yeah.
have reacted differently. But because she's like, just take my kids from me, I need a break kind of thing.
So
That's
it's
the
things like
part
a-
that, yeah.
M is just a testament of your soul. I mean, you're so kind, you know, in our world that you are willing to help a mother who's struggling in her world. She didn't hesitate. She was like,
middle of the night.
now?
I don't
Okay,
know
I'm
if I
for
would
later.
babysit 5 kids in real life.
Yeah, you would
I was
have.
just like,
You would have babysit 5 kids. You'd be like, I'm busy being a paralegal.
She just caught me off guard. You know?
Wow. Oh my God.
Do you remember? I mean,
Babysat ghost kids.
you said you remember going into their flat,
Yeah.
and it was just like a normal flat, right? To you? Do you remember?
Oh
anything?
yeah.
Like,
Was it something there when you went
No,
upstairs?
it was totally empty.
Still empty.
oh, still
Yeah.
empty. So, but you didn't think of the emptiness. You just thought,
No.
I gotta make sure these kids
Yeah,
are okay.
yeah.
Wow.
Until later, when you woke up, you're like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, yeah.
5 kids.
Wow.
Wow. 5 kids.
But imagine
Yeah.
that. It's like,
Wow.
you didn't even think about, hey, why am I in this empty space with all these kids?
Yeah, I know. And I obviously didn't tell my flatmates about it
Yeah.
because they would be like, what? So I always had to kind of, make sure that I
Yeah.
didn't like accidentally talk about this.
I hope the mom thanked you.
Pay me.
Yeah.
Babies. So how did it end? Like you just give the kids back to her?
That's the thing about these experiences. I think they're so overwhelming sometimes that I don't really remember the in and out transition.
Right.
Yeah,
So
interesting.
sometimes it's clear, sometimes it's not. So sometimes this is also why it is like a dream
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
it
You
just
never
starts and stops and there is no
Yeah.
You
You never know how you got in the dream in the first place.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Inception. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there's this it's quite an interesting story because I was in the Lake District visiting family friends and
Sorry, Lake District is where?
in the UK.
In the UK.
Yeah. So in like northern England.
Okay.
And we were there in their family home, their like a holiday home, and the mother, I was there for I don't know a few days. So she said she knows that I have had some experiences. She's I guess discovered more ways to really, I don't know how to say, officially
Right.
kind of go into that world, if you want to say it that way. To
Okay.
so she's actually kind of done some trainings on
Oh.
how to talk to them or how to try to contact them, whereas mine was always just chance encounter, just accidentally bumping into them or them kind of talking to
Right.
me, but it wasn't ever me sitting down and saying I'm gonna
Right.
talk to
Contact.
them now.
Yeah, right.
So you're not. She's intentional. You're not. I mean, not in
Yeah.
a bad way. But
No, yeah. So she was more. She just kind of was discovering more about how to do it. So, she and I are very close. We have a close relationship. So it felt very comfortable. She said, she said, I thought, since you're here and we're spending time together, maybe one of the nights we could just have some quiet time and see, what happens. And then I said, oh, okay. And then she said, I'll show you kind of what I've learned and stuff. So I thought, okay, cool.
And she's same age as you?
As my mom.
As your
my
mom.
mom, sorry, yeah.
So she's like another
yeah.
mom over there. Like
Yeah, she's like an auntie, figure. So
And she knew you had this gift.
yeah. From previous stories,
Right,
previous
got it.
things that have happened. I can tell you another story of why she knew that I
Oh.
had
Right.
this.
I
So
like that.
later,
Yeah, please.
one night, we were sitting in the living room, and it was she switched all the lights off, and then she lit one candle, and all the doors were closed. She has, a few sons, and she was like, "Don't disturb us. We're gonna do quiet time." So they went upstairs. They were playing their games and stuff. So it was just two of us in the living room. All doors closed, everything. No fan on, whatever. So she lights this candle, and then she's saying, she was telling me about how you can try to connect with them through the candle. So I was like, okay, interesting. So I was just sitting there like, I've never seen or heard about this. So I was like, crazy, So she's just like, just be very calm and just try to. There were some steps that I've forgotten, but more or less. It's sort of kind of how we're sitting now, but just with one candle. And so, you know, she started to ask questions and stuff, and it was really interesting because the candle would like move. So she would say, is anyone here? Yes or no? And then she'd say like for yes, like, you know, to kind of like show a sign. And then there would be like flickering, crazy flickering, flicker, like loads of flickering. And then she'll be like, okay. And then it stops. And then she'll ask, are you a man? No reaction. Are you a woman? Like that. So
it's a seance.
Yeah,
it's essentially a seance. So she's doing
crazy,
like,
yeah.
man, we see this in The Conjuring and stuff, and we're like, wow, you're actually experiencing it.
Yeah,
okay.
So it was really interesting. So we tried to, you know, get in contact with somebody, and then basically before ending the contact, you have to say, okay, enough now, like tell them we're gonna say bye.
Yeah, you have to close
and then
it off.
cut the thing, and then you blow out the candle. So that was one thing, and then she said, we'll do another thing now, which is it's this exercise, like a meditation exercise. So you sit together and then you close your eyes and you just try to be open to whatever is going to come to you. So it could be anybody that's going to try and send you a message, right? So I was sitting there with her, and she started to get like a vision of my grandmother. So she had met my grandma. So we were kind of just, it was sort of just like a hey, who wants to chat with us kind of thing, you know. And nothing was coming to me, and I was like, I can't see it. No, I can't see anything. And then she said, oh, I'm seeing something. And then I was like, oh my gosh, okay, what? And she said, I think it's your grandma, the one who has passed away. And I said, oh, okay. And then she said, she's showing me something. And I was like, okay, what is it? It was a briefcase, like a brown briefcase. And then okay. And she said, inside of it, there's something that she wants your mom to find and to display. Like it shouldn't be in the briefcase in the storeroom. So she knew exactly where it was. And so we're like, okay, got it, you know? So, okay.
Moms.
We were like, okay, pa, thanks. And then cut contact, everything. And then the next day we spoke to my mom and we told her exactly, step by step, briefcase in the storeroom, there's something inside. She said it's something that she wants to be displayed. And my mom was like, okay, well, we have the briefcase of your grandpa in the storeroom. So she goes in, she opens the briefcase. It's been there since he passed away. And she opens the briefcase and it's like his medals, because he like went to war and stuff. So yeah.
Wow.
And it was like all in there. So there were these boxes, and then they're you know, I don't know where they are now, but my mom took them out and put them in the living room.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really
so
beautiful.
That was really interesting, because I wasn't directly having, but I was kind of guiding. Obviously she's like, oh, you know, I was recognizing what she was talking about.
You're right.
Through her. Yeah. So
it's so typical moms, because it's not your grandfather that came, hey, put my medals on. It's like, hey, you get my husband's medals, you put it on display. I was like, so grandma, I know my grandma's still around, and she does the same. So, oh my god,
yeah,
that's amazing. Oh wow.
Yeah. So she was just, you know, like,
and it is on display now.
Yeah. So, you know, it was her controlling from.
Still.
Yeah. She's like, hey.
Still. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's so. I like this. That's nice.
That's beautiful.
It really is.
It's like she took the opportunity to.
Yeah.
Still loves him a lot, you know. Your grandfather. Sayang sangat.
Yeah. It was really sweet.
At that time, was your grandfather around as well? Or he already passed?
No, my grandfather. Yeah.
So they're probably there together,
first.
And he could have been like, hey,
you go. Hey, don't disturb her lah. She's in Lake District having fun. Why you do that?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool. It's like a little message. It was a message like she knew exactly what the briefcase was, in the storeroom. My God.
Yeah.
That's a great connection, though.
It is a great connection.
Yeah. Wow. So that one's, that's something that, because the thing is, it didn't go through me. So if I had gone through me, I know about the briefcase. But isn't it went through my mom's friend who didn't know about the briefcase because it's in our storeroom.
That's
it's
so
very personal.
Yeah.
So when she said it, kind of, so it registered. So that's, I feel the messages that I've gotten from my grandparents, it's like I believe it every single time because it's it's very specific like this one.
She even in afterlife she's disturbing your mom, like, hey, why is this in the storeroom? Why did she do that?
No, so that's always nice, getting messages like from my grandma.
Those are that is the nice lighter side of this gift, which is
for sure,
very beautiful. You see, what I find interesting is I heard in the Malay culture, actually, I don't know if it's globally, but spirits cannot travel overseas, like through oceans, apparently, because it's salt.
Oh, okay,
right?
Okay.
So this is quite powerful, like that your auntie, got this message from your grandma.
Because I have seen my grandmother abroad, and I mostly see her when I'm abroad than here. So
what that says to me is there's a part of her with you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Just like a little part of her soul.
Yeah.
That's why you can tap into it. I mean, that's why I feel.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I mean, maybe because your auntie, that auntie in Lake District was also figuring out ways how to communicate with the other side, right? And your grandmother took the opportunity, hey, this is probably how I can communicate a little bit more clearer.
Maybe she was trying to tell me, but it's like I wasn't getting this was very specific, step by step.
If it's like she saw a reflection of you, which is your grandma. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how she gets that. Like, because I'm wondering, like, why would your auntie see your grandma? You know what I mean? It makes sense if you did, yes. But if she's quite trained, wow, that she can tap into that. Amazing.
So just now I mentioned that, the reason why she knew about that I can see things. I guess, her and my mom, they chat and everything, and then my mom will probably mention to her and stuff.
They talk about everything, sure.
But so she kind of knew that, sometimes these things happen to me, and it was around a similar time that she was, so I guess they started happening to me before she had these experiences, or before she started to seriously look into, just finding out how to contact, and everything. So, what happened was, it was before the Lake District story, so it was quite I'd say maybe 3 or 4 years before that. They had a home here in KL as well, and they had just moved in there or something. I was still in school. I think I was like in Form 4 or Form 5. Yeah, and they had moved in. They're close family friends of ours, so they had moved into this really nice house, quite a big house, and she was experiencing, some strange situations in the house that made her feel unsafe. She was having anxiety in the house. She didn't feel good. It was just a lot of signs that something was not right. She asked me and my mom and dad to come over one night, and the kids were sleeping, and she was alone. Her husband used to travel a lot, so she was home alone a lot. So she said, come over and hang out and just see if you can see anything. And we went over. The house was very hot, but then again, we're in Malaysia, so I don't know if that's like a
maybe hotter than usual.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, it's always hot here anyways, but it was extremely, it was very hot, and you just didn't really feel, you didn't feel good in there. It's sort of like when you have palpitation, but you have palpitation all the time in that house. So it was just like,
that's uneasy.
Yeah, but I didn't see anything, or I didn't anything like that. It was kind of like, okay, well, that's that. Anyway, so, you know, some events had happened and they came to the decision that they can't live in this house anymore. I don't know if they had actually bought the house or if they were renting, but it was pretty drastic because they had just moved in completely to just decide to move out. So it had gone so far, you know, a lot of things had happened that she said, that's it, we're leaving. I can't live here anymore because of who is in this house. So she had already seen and felt and dreamt of somebody in this house,
like an entity in there.
Yeah, so she was telling us that there's a woman, and she's a mother who had a very ill child, and she was, I think, something like she was betrayed, and she was very angry at her husband, something like this. And she was just a very, you know, like, miserable person. And it became unsafe to be in that home with the kids and her. Like, she just didn't want to be there, so they decided to move. And they were going to move into a much smaller flat. So from a big house, they were going to move into a flat just temporarily whilst they find a more permanent home, right? And since they were going to move into the flat, you know, we were going to take some of their stuff to store in our home. We were, you know, part of this rugby club, and there's a lot of props that move around through the families that, you know, it stays at this person's house and it stays at the other person's house. So we're like, okay, we'll take home a lot of theirs, so we'll just store it at our home. And so they were moving out already, boxes and everything packed up. It was the last stuff that we went to go pick up and brought back to our place. So it was sort of like, sigh of relief. They have left and everything's fine now, right? At this time, we used to go night swimming all the time. So it was a nice, you know, like, thing before bed that, you know, I would go night swimming with my mom. Sometimes, you know, like, not all the time, but quite often we did this at the time. So we were like, okay, yeah, let's go for a night swim. It was, I don't know, maybe a day after or the same day or 2 days after, I'm not sure, but in that week. And we were going night swimming, and I was just swimming, you know, and then I saw, it's sort of like, you know, I was doing laps, so like you come up to breathe and then you go back down, and you come up to breathe and you go back down. And then whilst I'm like popping my head up, I saw like someone walking outside it was at night, so I was like, our pool is quite big, so I saw someone walking like on the edge of the pool, and then I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird, you know, why is someone walking there? They're not swimming, right? So anyway, I continue swimming, so go under, then come back up, go under, come back up. And this person's just like walking circles around the pool.
That's weird. If it is a human being, that's weird.
Yeah, it's like not that's daytime, so it's weird. At night, you know, it's and it's like brisk walking, you know?
Oh my God, exercise.
Yeah. So I was like, so then I was like, kind of like, okay, and then I started like looking for my mom, like, mom, and then she's swimming, you know, so she's like, yeah, what? And I'm like, do you see her? And she's like, who? And I was like, there's someone walking around the pool. And then my mom was like, you know, my mom was like, shit, you know, like kind of like, oh my God. And she's like, okay, let's go home.
It's a woman,
okay, let's go home. So we're like, okay, let's go. So quickly, like, get off the pool, quickly grabbed our stuff, and like quickly walk home. And then my mom's like, where's she? I'm like, she's behind us, you know.
Oh, okay. So wait, hold on. Oh my God.
Ooh, I just felt it right.
Oh. Okay. She's behind you.
Okay.
So the pool to our flat is around, it's less than a 1 minute walk, but it felt like a long walk. So it's like the pool's here and our flat's here, and then you have to walk down this slope to get to our garden.
Yeah.
And so we're like walking. I'm just kind of like turning back the whole time. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's still there, which is weird for me because usually when I see people passing by, they're gone. They're just kind of passing by. So
is she following you guys? No.
At this point, I was convinced that she's following us because she was at the pool and we were at the pool, and that's when she came to say hello.
Oh my God,
right?
dude.
Okay. And then
So we're walking down and we're at this point it's really scary, right?
Yeah.
And for my mom, she can't even see, so she's like just relying on what I'm saying. And then we quickly like get in. There's like a grill door, and we quickly get in and close the grill door, like as if this person can't come through the grill door anyway. But we're like, it's really like physical. You know, like quickly close the door as if, you know.
Yeah.
And so we close the door. We're in the house, and then we're like, oh my god. And then, you know, she's just there on the garden, so she's doing laps on the garden now, and she's walking in circles on our garden. Oh my god, she's still there. Who is she? What does she want? And at the same time, it was sort of, I don't even know what happened first or what happened second, but it felt like in the same moment my auntie calls. So we're freaked out, and then the phone rings, right? And I'm like, woo! And then my mom's like, it's your auntie. Oh my god. So she picks up. She's like, yeah. She's like, you know, like, yeah, hi, like, is everything okay? And she's like, someone's in your house, my auntie says to my mom. And then my mom was like, what? And then she's like, how did you know that? And she's like, I can see her. Yeah, she could tell that there was.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so my auntie.
Yeah, because she can.
Yeah,
right.
So she got this feeling, and she called us in that moment.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's when, you know, it was just like, this is when we completely freaked out. So it was just like, this was like,
oh shit.
Yeah, it felt really like there's like someone's trying to break in. That's the feeling, right?
Ooh,
So
that's tough. Yeah.
but it's not a real, like, you can't call the police, like, you know.
Correct.
So
can you describe this one to us?
yeah, okay, so then what happened, my mom's like trying to, my mom then tries to kind of like, she'll go through this whole like list, like, were we at a cemetery, were we at someone's empty home, or were we, you know, like, she has her list of like,
that's a good list.
of like dangerous spots,
yeah,
you know. So she's like, did I go somewhere and I didn't shower after, you know, like, I don't know. So we're like thinking, and then we're like, oh, we were at the home,
the house.
Yeah, the home, right? And then my mom calls her friend, and she's like, so this lady, she's English, she's not Malaysian, and my mom's like, see someone here at our home. It's a woman. And then my mom said, my mom had asked me, or I don't know, she was like saying, what did she look like? And then she said, she's Indian. And then my mom said to me, what does she look like? What is she wearing? And then I explained to her what she was wearing, and I was like, my mom was like, is she like wearing like a sari? And I was like, no, it's not a sari, it's the Punjabi outfit, you know, and it's the long pants and the long sleeves, you know. And then I explained that to my mom, and then my mom said, oh no, that can't be her, it's different. And then my mom explained to her what I saw, and she goes, that's her. And it was like, because she didn't know the difference, you know, so it was she didn't specify, so she's identified her as an Indian woman, and so it was sort of like a, you know, so we had a different image in our mind. So that's why when we talked about the clothing, it was like, yeah, that's a match. And then that's when we realized that it was her.
She followed you back.
Yeah.
She followed them back, dude.
Yeah. But the thing is that the items were on our balcony, so they didn't enter the home yet, because they're like kind of like outdoor stuff. So we left them first outside the house. And so my auntie said, don't bring the stuff inside the house, because she's connected to the items outside. That's why she could only enter the garden.
Right.
So that's
the pool in the garden.
Yeah. And then, you know, my auntie was like, you do the lime, the salt, and we're going to pray tonight and do everything. But that's why I guess that's why she had to wait till we went for our night swim.
Okay.
Yeah, because we were in the flat the whole time.
Yeah.
And she can't enter the flat, so that's why she presented herself at the pool, and we were furthest away from the home. Yeah, so.
Well, maybe she's always there, but you can see.
Yeah.
Right? 'Cause
yeah.
presenting would be implying that your mom could see it too.
Sure,
In a way,
yeah.
yeah.
Was this after your mom's friend that's in the other house? She's already moved out.
They've moved out.
They moved out already
Yeah.
by that time.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah. So I get. So that means if it's connected, that means the whole time that they had that thing from wherever they got it from, then that lady followed them from there because it was attached to it, right?
I don't know how it happened, but I guess when we took the stuff,
Yeah.
maybe that's
Yeah.
how she followed us back here.
So the woman that sold her house and the woman on the phone, which is an English auntie,
Yeah.
is the same woman that did the seance with you.
Yes, yeah.
There it is. It's clarifying. Okay, got it.
So
Yeah.
did you give the stuff back?
So the stuff never came into the house.
Yeah. That's good.
We also didn't go night swimming anymore for a long. Ever since then, we were like, should we go for a night swim? Me and my mom like,
Until you gave that stuff back.
we haven't actually since then. I don't think we've ever gone for a night swim since then.
But
It
what
was
about the stuff
rude.
itself? Did you give it back to them?
So the stuff itself went back to the club. We just put it in there's a
Right.
container at the club, and we were like,
Yeah, stay over
you
there.
can can stay at the padang, like just
So till
where
this
no one
day,
lives.
till this day, we don't know who this woman is in Punjabi clothing, and we don't know her purpose, right? Why she's hanging around.
Well, she did live in that house,
That's
so
it.
she
She
was
was sad.
she
she
was
was
The wife,
person
the
stuck in
person
this
stuck in the
house, which is why
Did she die in that house then? Is that the implication?
I'm not sure if I assume she probably died in
Yeah.
that house because
Grudge.
yeah, and the house is still for sale. It's like I think since then
Still?
like someone bought it. You see that like people try to move in and they move out and it's just been empty for quite a while now. I think it
Yeah,
just-
we're gonna need the address
Yeah.
of this house, and we're gonna just drive by.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
We don't
close
have to.
that.
We don't have to go inside. Just drive by the house.
If that thing knows that we're talking about her and we're driving by, nah.
She probably does already.
yeah, she got like an Instagram alert.
Notification like,
Yeah.
oh, Naik Bulu Tales.
Yeah.
I'm highlighted in this
Yeah.
episode.
I'm gonna
So
be popular.
finally,
Yeah.
finally I'm
Yeah, I'm
finally
seen.
I'm being featured.
I'm finally seen. But I would love to drive by, dude. Come on, Bukit Amasara, dude.
I guess this story links to the other story. So I mentioned about the rugby club that our family was involved in, and we were in. We would travel around to different cities, or sometimes even outside of Malaysia for tours to play. Usually Malaysian boarding schools. So we were in Ipoh this time, and usually I just tag along, and then they have their whole program for the day of setting up and doing the training before. So I just kind of show up during the match, because before and after I'm like not interested. If I go there, I gotta help out and stuff. So I'm like, alright, I'll just show up to see what's happening.
You're a smart one.
Show face.
You are smart.
Show face,
woman.
So we were in this, I don't know, some random hotel. It was a pretty basic hotel, like in the, I don't know, it felt like a small town hotel.
Yeah.
Like a 2-star.
That's usually the rugby hotel vibe. So we were there, and
Rough it out.
it was a situation like the match was in the afternoon sometime, and then there was time to kill, and it was, I think, before my SPM probably. So I said, as usual, I'm gonna stay, Dad, Mom, I'm gonna stay in the room, and I'm just gonna study, and I'm just gonna study first, and
So good.
get ready. And so I had my books laid out, highlighters, everything. So, and I was supposed to I think I had an hour or two or something, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna study. So I'm just there, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna study, highlighting everything, and then at some point, I guess I kind of have this dream, and it's very weird because I've never experienced anything like it since then. It's only happened this one time, where it was a series of events. It felt like in there's the Harry Potter movie where they take this bus that
the third one.
Yeah.
The Prisoner of Azkaban,
where they take this bus that squeezes.
Yeah.
Like the crazy bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, the purple one.
Yeah.
And it felt like being on, like I was on this bus. So it was like really super fast.
Wow. Okay.
And passing by a lot of scenes. And so I was seeing many scenes it was just what felt like a really long sequence that was not ending. So it was kind of like rushing through, and I was so fast I couldn't even tell what I was seeing or where I was, but it was just in different places. So I felt like I was actually traveling around. And so I'm buzzing through all these events and everything, and I'm like, who are these people? What am I seeing? Everything. And then so I'm asleep, right? Because I'm dreaming these like crazy dreams. And then there's like a knock on the door. And I go and open the door, so I'm like, okay. So I wake up. I'm like, okay, I wake up. So I've woken up. Someone's knocking on the door, so I open the door. And it's like, there's water on the floor. Like, I just realized I opened the door and there's water on the floor. And I look up and there's this big man, and he's just like, he's drenched, like he's completely wet, and I realized that he's like leaning on the door. So he's leaning on the door frame. So he's not standing up straight, he's like leaning on the door. And he's completely drenched, and I was like trying to figure out, wait, hold on, how is this possible? So I'm kind of observing him, and he's really bloated. He's kind of blue in color already, and I was like, why does he look like this, And I was trying to see, and he was just kind of like leaning there, and he was looking at me, but he couldn't stand up straight, and he was completely wet. It was wet everywhere. And then I was like, oh my gosh. And then suddenly I can hear these people, so I'm pretty shocked at the sight of this guy, and I can hear, suddenly there's like a crowd around the hotel room door. And there's like a lot of people, and they were saying to me, tell him, and I was like, what am I supposed to tell him? And they're like, tell him he's dead, he doesn't know. And they were like begging me to do this, and I was like, I looked at him, and I felt in that moment, I said I can't. I said, I don't know how. Like, I just don't know. And they were saying, please. He's like, he doesn't know that he's dead. And he was just there like looking at me, but he's leaning on the door, and he's obviously dead, he was.
Did it look like he just drowned? Is that what it is?
Yeah, he was completely puffed up. I just, in that moment, I felt like I couldn't tell him, I'm really, really sorry. I don't know what to do. And I was like, I can't help you. I don't know what we should do now. But it was really a lot of them. So it was really intense. There was a crowd around him, and
this crowd, what did they look like? Like, they were just
like normal people.
But they weren't normal people.
But I don't know why they couldn't tell him.
Yeah. That's so strange.
Yeah.
But they knew they were dead. Clearly.
Yeah.
Because they're like, tell him.
They knew what was, like, they know what's up. Yeah. But they, like, he didn't know.
Yeah. Could he couldn't speak to you either?
No.
He was just so full of
like
water.
totally like,
oh man, what a
like
sight.
glazed over eyes,
What a sight. Oh my god. Can you imagine? Can you imagine this big guy leaning against the door? How when you say big, what are we talking about? Like 6'5", like that.
It felt like he was a tall guy, but I don't know. I don't know in that moment. But taller than me for sure, and I was, and he was wearing like I just remember that he was wearing this blue outfit. So it was sort of like I guess like, like what like electricians would wear or something.
Right, he looked like a worker.
Yeah.
Like
so
uniform.
he had like a the dark blue. That's what something like that. Some kind of blue that he was wearing, and that's all that that I knew. And
it'd be interesting if there was a news clipping of a man that did drown that time in Ipoh. It seems recent if he doesn't know he's dead. But then again, I don't know the timing of our world and their world.
I didn't get that far. As in, I was, so shocked by all of this and everything. And then obviously we were at the tour, so I wasn't, it took time for me to process what happened and kind of think, what? And I was rethinking everything. And then when I finally did tell my mom, she was, straight away like, hold on, like, who is this, So she was like, did you ask him who he is? And I was like, no, I didn't think to ask, or anything. And she's like, what does he look like? And then I was like, he looked like a Chinese guy who was maybe in his 20s, early to mid 20s, I think.
Oh, wow.
Tall, like I said, fair skin, but I couldn't really tell the color anymore because of
blue.
Yeah, it was like purple blue. And then after that, my mom did look into it. I don't even know specifically this part, like what happened. Like, I think, like,
okay.
Yeah,
all right.
My mom could tell you.
Sure.
The continuation, because she was involved in it more than me.
Okay, yeah. All right. We'll reach out to her. Wow, that. Oh my God, that's your experiences are just out of this world, literally.
Because a lot of it is like tragic experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Actually, a lot like the movie Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
He met a lot of tragic.
Oh,
character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say your experiences are similar to certain types of movies? Like, I don't know if you've seen, like, if you watch horror movies, right?
I have watched a few, usually because I've been forced to by friends whatever, or whoever. My boyfriend really loves to watch horror movies, and he doesn't understand that. I mean, he says he understands what I'm telling him, but he himself doesn't understand that it's sometimes some stories are too real for me to. I'm like, I don't wanna. It brings up a lot of stuff for me, but I think I feel that a lot of the horror films that I have watched or series, not a lot, I say a lot, like the 2 or whatever, the ones I have watched, what's it called? I forgot what it's called. It's like the Haunting of
Hill House.
Oh.
And then I watched another one, but the Haunting of Hill House, actually, it was scary, but I said I just didn't really. A lot of the stories I don't agree with, because it's often, if the typical story is that a family member comes back and haunts them in this really disgusting or mean, evil way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, hold on, how did this happen? Because it's like usually a mother who loved her child, and then there was an accident or something, and then I'm like, why is she haunting her child? Like, this makes no sense. Because I guess of the experience I've had with my relatives, or my like my grandparents who've passed away, and they've only shown, as in the relationship in the afterlife with me is the same as when they were alive.
Oh my!
Why would she suddenly come back and haunt me?
Yeah.
That's the part that I don't like about it. If it's a stranger haunting, then I understand. Like, they move into a house and it's like they don't know the family in there, then that makes sense. But I hate it when it's a family member that loved them. I'm like, why are they haunting them now?
That doesn't make sense. Correct. To you, it doesn't make sense.
That's when I'm like, nah.
I like that. I like that perspective that, it's kind of like, not ground, because it makes for good TV, obviously.
Sure, yeah.
But in reality, with your experience, you can actually say to them like, hey, that doesn't make sense, because I've experienced it. Wow.
It's just common sense as well. It's like
It
if
is.
you had a good
You're
relationship
right.
with your grandma, why is she gonna come and haunt you?
You are right.
Unless you did something wrong.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, like put a briefcase in the storeroom.
They twist the words, you know. Instead of to use the word haunt, you should use the word she's just coming back to visit you. You know, to see you again.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But
I like this perspective.
but some of the things that went on Hill House, or I don't know, you said you saw another film. Like, have you seen like The Conjuring, or
Yeah.
is there any similarities from these films that you watch that you would say has the similarities to your experiences?
I guess it's like the disturbances, you know, sort of like the signs and everything. Not the, I don't know.
Besides the gore and the
what is it? I think it's like The Nun or something. There's the one, you know,
Oh my!
where
The
you're like,
Nun.
where you're like, what's going on here?
yeah.
You know, it's just like craziness, you know,
Okay.
and it gets crazy, you know. But I think there's it's the disturbances, it's all the small moments of the film actually
right.
that are the real ones. I think
Right.
when they come out with the like with the scanner things and stuff, I don't know, I'm just like, what's happening?
I mean, those people that write the
You
stories.
don't need the
Yeah.
scanner.
You know, it's funny though, because like you would be able, if these spirits needed a lawyer, you'd be able to represent them.
Oh, a good consultant for
Like,
the
nah,
films and TV series.
She knows the
No,
right way.
No, that's not how it's told.
No,
yeah.
I think or sometimes in horror films I'll already know what's gonna happen, you know, so then I'll like nothing even happened yet and I'm already crying because I already know, you know, like who's, you know, like somebody's, if there's like a child and they're getting all these messages and I already know, I'm like, oh my god, it's the mom, you know. And my boyfriend's like, nothing even happened, she's just walking around.
No, I know. Okay,
Yeah,
you don't know.
Like a premonition.
You don't know.
But have you seen Sixth Sense?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
So
I have,
was that
yeah.
the closest to how you would experience things? You know, like other kids, like, oh, I see that person. I see.
I think the for Sixth Sense, I mean, thankfully, touch wood, you know how he's like everywhere he walks, he sees these like hanging bodies.
Yeah.
No, it's like
Thank
no,
God.
yeah.
There's limits to your
Or
power.
I guess the part where he's in the cupboard and he's, you know, that part.
Right.
That was freaky.
I don't know because I'm not going into cupboards and stuff, you know, so I don't
Yeah.
know. But
Yeah.
like I purposely, if I'm alone, I won't sleep with the lights off. So
Right.
I will always have to have, you know, so if I have a friend over or if someone else is in the room, then I can have the lights off because then I know someone else is here. But if I'm alone, the lights always have to be on. Like, it's a small light. It's not a
Still
big light. But there
helps.
has to be a light.
Yeah.
I'm aware of situations where I'm like, you know, I guess it's sort of you always just, you know, trying to be a bit proactive about anything you could stumble into. But obviously, you know, these things catch you off guard.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. Woo. Well, thank
That's-
you for
First of all, thank you so much. You're so brave
for telling your story.
sharing your story with us. That's incredible.
Thank
For
you
your
for
time.
having me.
Yeah, we are. It's an honor.
Yeah,
It's a true honor.
We feel very lucky to be able to listen to like firsthand experience, you know, from
Yeah.
and I mean, the way you're telling the stories, it's just. I mean, we feel it too. We kind of feel the emotions that, you know, I mean, of course, not to the extent that you're feeling, but we capture it as well. So thank you for being very vulnerable here.
To have this gift, you know, you have to be a very special person. And it seems that having what you have, because you're such a kind soul, there's a purpose.
My
to-
mom's like, I don't know. She's
But
like,
your grandma's like, yep, that's why she's special.
Your grandma's like, I get my way. My medals are up.
Yeah.
Her medals are up.
So,
But to everybody who's been watching,
yeah. Well, if you have questions for M through us, let us know.
Just comment down in our
if her stories resonate with you guys.
If you guys felt the emotions that we felt too, put a comment down there.
So, M, we believe you, and we love you.
Thank you so much for listening to my ghost gossip.
Your ghost tea. Spill that tea. It was our pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Again, thank you so much as well to everybody out there. Before we sign off, don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like, and share.
Yep.
And without further ado, my name is Fairil.
And I'm Mo.
And this is M.
And stay tuned for another episode of Naik Bulu Tales.